Reaching the milestone of 100 matches for Barcelona, Lamine Yamal has officially placed himself among the most extraordinary young talents in world football. 100 appearances is a mark usually reserved for seasoned veterans, yet this teenager has done it at just 17 years old. And it is not just about the number. Lamine is commanding respect across Europe. He is no longer a promise for the future, but a dazzling force in the present. The Champions League semi-final against Inter Milan is just another landmark on his extraordinary journey. 21 goals and 33 assists across 100 matches. These numbers are only the surface of a talent that continues to erupt. What makes Lamine Yamal special is that he is not treated like a young prospect, but trusted like a true star. In every major match from El Clasico to the Champions League and Copa del Rey, manager Hansi Flick has placed full confidence in him, just like Barcelona once did with Lionel Messi. But at the age of 17, Messi had only made 7 appearances, Kylian Mbappe had 43, Jude Bellingham had 56, Cristiano Ronaldo had not yet reached 100 games, but Lamine has. He is not only a cornerstone at Barcelona, but a key figure for Spain's national team, all while still attending school. When Lamine stepped onto the pitch in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final against Inter Milan, no one realized they were witnessing history, 17 years and 291 days old. Lamine Yamal became the youngest player in Barcelona's history to reach 100 professional appearances. That number is more than a statistic, it is proof of a remarkable journey. Go back to April 29, 2023. In a 4-0 win against Real Betis, a kid made his debut for the Barcelona senior team. Spanish newspapers called him a raw gem from La Masia. No one could be sure if he would shine, but 2 years later, Lamine has turned all doubt into admiration. He contributes to a goal every 1.85 games, but what is even more remarkable is the way he performs on the pitch. Not like a kid being guided, but like a real warrior. He dribbles, dictates play, breaks through defenses, finishes with precision, and absorbs the hits. He is the anchor, the spark, the heartbeat of the team. And again, we must compare. At 17, Messi had just 7 senior appearances. Lamine already has 100. According to ESPN, at this age, Mbappe had 43 matches, Bellingham had 56, even Wayne Rooney had not yet reached triple digits, but Lamine has done something no one else has ever done. And these are not youth matches or meaningless friendlies. These are La Liga, Champions League, El Clasico, Copa del Rey, European qualifiers, and knockout rounds on the biggest stages. And in his 100th match, Lamine left a mark that silenced Camp Nou. A cold, calculated finish into Inter Milan's net in a game where Barcelona were trailing. Rio Ferdinand exclaimed live on TNT Sports that Lamine did not just score, he changed the entire mood of the match. Praise came from every corner. Ilkay Gundogan called him a rare genius. Erling Haaland posted a picture of Lamine with a short but powerful caption, "This kid is something else." And perhaps most meaningful of all came from Lionel Messi himself. On the show Simple Man of Football, Messi said he is only 17, but he plays like he's 27. Everything he shows on the pitch is truly impressive. If he maintains this form and keeps developing the right way, he can go further than anyone. 100 matches is only the beginning. When Barcelona were 2 goals down just 21 minutes into the match, seasoned stars like Frankie de Jong and Rafinha were still searching for answers. But it was 17-year-old Lamine Yamal who took control. It started with a play near the sideline. He regained possession, dribbled past Marcus Thuram and Henrik Mkhitaryan, and curled a stunning left-footed strike into the top corner, a goal that was not just beautiful but game-changing. Moments later, a narrow-angle shot rattled the crossbar, leaving goalkeeper Jan Sommer frozen. The stats told the story: 101 touches, 8 shots, 6 successful dribbles, 2 key passes, and over 60 completed passes. But numbers still fail to capture the full picture. Inter Milan had to assign 3 defenders just to track down a teenager. Manager Simone Inzaghi admitted it himself. Man-to-man marking is impossible, but if we overload him, space opens up elsewhere. European media went wild. ESPN declared that 2024 is the year of Lamine Yamal. Gazzetta dello Sport wrote that he is a mix of Zinedine Zidane, Lionel Messi, and Ronaldinho, all rolled into one 17-year-old. Rio Ferdinand said it best: "He's playing at a level his peers can't even dream of. He dictates the game like a veteran, as if 17 is just a number on paper. His mindset and maturity are far beyond his age." In a match where Barcelona were hit with 2 cold showers early on, it was Lamine who lifted the entire team's spirit. A daring move near the touchline, he beat 2 seasoned defenders before unleashing an unstoppable strike. But that goal was just the beginning. In the 26th minute, Yamal cut inside from the right flank, bypassed Matteo Darmian and fired from a tight angle, forcing Sommer to stretch to his limits as the ball crashed off the crossbar. Then, in the 87th minute, Yamal attempted a brilliant chip, only for the crossbar to deny him again. The fact that he beat a top-class goalkeeper like Sommer twice only to be denied by the woodwork speaks volumes about Yamal's level. The numbers back it up: over 100 touches, 8 shots, 6 successful dribbles, 2 key passes, and more than 46 accurate passes. But beyond the stats, it was his command of the game's rhythm that truly stood out. Inter Milan were forced to change their tactical setup just to deal with a 17-year-old. Simone Inzaghi admitted it himself: "He made us alter our entire plan. Marking someone like that is almost impossible, but if we focus too many players on him, it exposes other gaps." That's a rare confession from a coach renowned for his defensive organization. After the match, top media outlets showered praise. ESPN declared that Lamine had already surpassed Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo at the same age, not just in goals and appearances but in his presence on the biggest stages. Spanish outlets hailed him as the Messi of the new generation. Gazzetta dello Sport echoed the sentiment, stating, "This is Zidane, Messi, and Ronaldinho all in one 17-year-old. It's easy to say that Lamine Yamal is mature beyond his years, but perhaps the truth is that he has stepped into the future before the rest of the world even noticed. 100 appearances for Barcelona, a goal in a Champions League semi-final, a key figure for both club and country, and he is still only 17. Yamal is no longer just one of football's brightest young prospects. He is the most influential attacking force of his age, outshining players well into their 20s. This season alone, he has scored 15 goals and delivered 24 assists in 49 matches. He leads all of Europe in successful dribbles, chances created from open play, and passes into the penalty area. These seemingly dry stats now bow before the number 27 shirt. Jamel Musiala, Warren Zaire-Emery, and Endrick are all brilliant talents, but none of them are carrying both club and country at the same time. None have scored in a Champions League semifinal at 17, and none have played nearly 50 matches in a single season at that age. That's why concern is starting to grow. Both Lecade and The Guardian are asking the question, are Barcelona overusing Yamal? He has played close to 50 games this season, across all 3 major competitions. Fans are worried, not because they doubt his talent, but because they fear a precious gem might be worn out too soon. But that pressure only helps us see one thing more clearly. Lamine Yamal is no longer a promise for the future. He is the reality of now, a reality that every defense in Europe must be wary of. When Yamal scored against Inter Milan in a Champions League semifinal, becoming the youngest player in the tournament's history to do so, the football world had no choice but to acknowledge it. He is no longer a player with potential. He is outpacing his entire generation at a speed no one can catch. And as the dust settled after the 3-3 draw, what remained was the chilling silence of one undeniable fact. 100 games for Barcelona, nearly 50 in a single season, and an irreplaceable figure in both shirts he wears. Look at this generation. We can name Gavi, Pedri, Arda Güler, Zaire-Emery, Musiala, but none of them have reached the level of influence that Yamal holds. None have played 100 matches by the age of 17, none have scored in a Champions League semi-final, and none are central figures in both club and national teams the way Yamal is. Just look at the numbers. 15 goals and 24 assists in 49 games this season, leading Europe in dribbles, goal-creating actions, and key passes in open play. What Yamal is doing is not a phase, it is dominance. But with that dominance come warnings. A 17-year-old should not be carrying this kind of match load. The international press is sounding the alarm. Barcelona fans are beginning to worry, but that only confirms the truth. Yamal is no longer a name on a list of prospects. He is a real threat, right now, to every defense in Europe. At 17, Yamal is standing atop a peak that none of his peers have yet reached, scoring against Inter Milan in a major match, reaching 100 appearances for Barcelona, becoming a cornerstone of the Spanish national team. He is not asking to be compared to Lionel Messi. He doesn't need hollow praise. He is writing his answer with performance, with maturity, and with the ability to outshine even the brightest stars on the field. If you have not seen Yamal play, go back and watch the Inter match. And if you still think he is just a developing talent, maybe it's time to update your definition.